Hello, everyone. This is the most magnificent bird, Beak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, we are back at it with some more Walking Dead, Road to Survival, and what I'm going to be doing today, I'm not going to really be doing any gameplay. I'm going to be going over the Mythic market. I'm also going to be going over the new helmet event, and I'm going to talk briefly about the battle pass, specifically one thing in it, and then also I got a couple of pulls from two stashes that I'm also going to do, and not only that, I'm also going to be talking the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game, and I'm also going to talk about who I think is going to win those two games, and I'm also going to talk about who I think is going to win it all, and I have a theory about that, but we'll get to the NFL stuff at the very end. So before we get started, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there. I'm doing good, and I'm staying safe for the most part. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? Let's see. Let's go ahead and get the helmet hunt event out of the way. Okay. As you can see, the top prize for the helmet hunt event is the new Heath. Now, as you can see, you can only get 3 of the 5 copies of Heath that you need in order to get all 5 copies. So, this is part of why I'm going to talk about the Battle Pass. In my personal opinion, I put up a poll. Some of you may have already seen it, maybe not. But anyway, there's a poll on my channel right now asking, do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea that a tune is spread out across, not against, but spread out across 2 and 3 different events? In my personal opinion, I think it's a really, really awful idea, and it sets for a dangerous precedent in the future, because if Scopely sees that the Battle Pass is making money because they have 1 copy of a certain tune in the Battle Pass, then they have another copy of the same tune in the Mythic market, and then they put 3 more or 2 more copies in one event, and then they have another event where the other 2 copies are. If they make money from that, they're going to see that as it being a really good idea, and they will not stop. They will continue to do so. That's why I think it's a really bad idea. Now, there could be a lunatic out there that might love this idea. I mean, I'm sure someone is out there that actually loves this, but I feel like majority of players are going to think this is a bad idea. I would hope so. Now, you got the people working for Scopely, and then you have the official content creators who get kickbacks from the money that they make. So that, of course, they're not really going to tell you the truth. They're going to think it's probably a good idea. While, they're going to hide that. They're not going to admit that. But the actual player base that does not benefit financially from Scopely should not support this at all, as far as the tunes being split up in 2 and 3, or possibly 4 different events at once. It's a very, very bad idea, in my opinion. But besides Heath being spread all over the game right now, literally, so he's going to cost, for the helmets, it would be 3,000 helmets for all 3 copies. So that's the top prize. Now, we have Eva's Vengeful Long Hunting Knife. 40% HP, a huge bonus to AP when being attacked. When killing a target, this fighter regains up to 50% of their max HP. HP and defense boost, this fighter and all adjacent teammates get 15% max HP and 15% defense. Okay, if you're putting this weapon on a really tanky, fast tune, I mean, it might be worth going for, but it's going to cost 3,600 helmets in order to get that weapon. I mean, it looks nice, but, you know, it depends on you and your roster. If you think this is a good weapon, I would go for it. If not, I don't feel like you're missing out. Now, for you Avatar lovers out there, you have an Avatar to go for. New beginnings. So let's see, we got some random guy and a zombie having, what is that? I was gonna say champagne, but no. I don't think that's champagne that they're having. But kind of an interesting avatar. The avatar's 1,200 helmets, not too bad. And then we have some ultra mythic tokens, so you can get as many of them as you want. Well, 20 of them for 300 helmets. And then we have the advanced mythic tokens. You can get 20 of them for 150 helmets. Not bad. They are needed. And then we have a couple of Paragon mods. Let's see what this one is. Defense while confused. Okay, I mean, yeah, that one might be okay, but I think maybe these might be defensive mods. So, let's see. We got that one, defense while confused. The second one is defense down resistance Paragon mod. That one might be okay. It depends on the type of player that you are and if you think it might be worth it. Now the third one, defense versus strong. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love these Paragon mods because I don't really typically like going for defensive tunes, and for this particular character or other defensive tunes, these Paragon mods might work, but I'm just not a personal fan of them. But if you happen to be, hey, more power to you. Then we also have some silver choice tokens. They are very much needed for 35 helmets. And then we have some veteran rings. I mean, does anyone use veteran rings? I'm not sure, but if you need to get 200 of them, you can get them for 30 helmets. And then we have 2 weapon choice boxes, one for the ranged weapon parts. That's the ranged weapon parts, and one for the melee weapon parts for 20 helmets each. Now, let's go to the Mythic Market. So we have Hen Jing, Peter Anderson, and Wang Fu, which I'm sure all of, maybe not all of, but most of the player base already has these 3 tunes, I would imagine. Except for new players, you probably won't have all 3, but people that have been playing at least maybe 7-8 months or way longer than that probably have these tunes already. So only a small percentage of the player base does not have these tunes. If you need a defensive leader, Wang Fu would not be a bad option at all. Plus, he has the burn and bleed resistance for the first 2 turns of combat, which, if you do need a defensive leader, this is primarily for newer players. Wang Fu would not be a bad pickup, as you are going to run into Zachary teams like there's no tomorrow. People still run him. So, Wang Fu, I feel like, is definitely needed if you don't have him. Now, I have a problem here. We have 3 choice boxes, which they're not. One of them is really bad, and I'll get to that in a minute. So, let's go to this one. It's going to be 60,000 TWD medals. They've increased the price. Like, really? Like, why increase it that much? I think, wasn't it, what, 20,000? No. It was, I think it was 50,000, but still, the price increase was not needed. That's the point of this. So let's take a look at it. We have St. Patty's Day Rosita. If you do not have her, I would highly recommend picking her up. She is really good, and in my opinion, she's the best devastating blow character in the game. So if you do not have her already, I would recommend picking her up if you can. Then we have Raven. Raven is another great tune. She's a headhunter. That means she's going to be crosshairing. She's going to be putting crosshairs on targets pretty much all the time. So she's a really another really good pickup. If you do not have her, I would probably pick her up. Now we have Agent 46. I do not have Agent 46, but it doesn't seem like he's a bad tune. But however, I don't need Rosita or Raven, so if I was to pick up one of these 4 tunes, I probably would go with Agent 46 because he seems a whole lot better to me than Sarge does. So if you don't have Agent 46 for whatever reason, I'm in that camp. I probably would pick him up. Now, Sarge, this is like the one that's, I don't know, kind of making me scratch my head. Let's look at his adrenaline rush. He does 800% damage, right? Okay, I mean, that's not bad, but honestly, who's still using Sarge? I don't know. I literally don't see him anywhere. So, I mean, maybe potentially Faction Assault, but I don't do Faction Assault, so he would be a waste of space for me personally. So, out of them 4, me personally, I would pick up Agent 46, only because I already have Rosita and Raven. But if you don't have Rosita or Raven, which one would I pick up? It depends. I think they're both great options, but for me, if I could, I would have picked up Agent 46. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which is also 60,000 medals. So we have more defensive tunes. So we have Casanova Davy. So he's a defensive leader for fast and alert. So if you need a fast defensive leader, or if you want a fast defensive leader, Casanova Davy will probably actually be a really good pickup because there's all kinds of really good fast defensive tunes and defensive alert tunes that you can put behind him. And, you know, all you need is that one really good leader, and then you can have way better tunes that are, you know, not like Vengeance Jesus, nor Lao Po, Azul, which we're going to get ready to talk about him, because you can also pick him up as well. And also, he can revive a teammate with 100% of their full max HP, which is really good. Now, we have Steve. I'm not sure how many people are going to pick him up. I don't know. I mean, his highest stat is attack, and there's even attack on his weapon. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. This one is... I don't know if I'd pick up Steve. That's the one I'm not sure if I would pick him up or not. I don't know. Next, we have Easter Jesus, which he is a Holiday Heroes tune. Honestly, I probably would pick him up over Steve, if I'm being honest. I think he's just a little bit better. That makes... If you were going to pick between Jesus and Steve, I would probably pick Steve. I mean, excuse me. I would pick Jesus, not Steve, but I would pick Easter Jesus over Steve in that case. I think he's a little bit better. Plus, his third slot doesn't amaze me, but you can definitely put something into his hands that will be better than that. But I would 100% go with Easter Jesus over Steve, in my opinion. Now, we have Zool, or Zoo, however you want to say it. Now, he's a potential tune that could fit behind a Casanova Davy team. And plus, he's going to be spreading out Taunt and Infection, especially spreading out that Infection everywhere. That's going to be, that's no fun to come up against. And if you don't have him, he might not be a bad pickup, honestly. So yeah, which one would I pick out of these three? The one I would pick the least is probably Steve. The other three, I think, would be good pickups. So yeah. Now, here we go. Here's this choice box. Now, I have a incredible problem, like a massive problem with this one. 100,000 tokens. 100,000 medals. Let's see what's behind the box. We have Heath and Maggie. But the problem is, you only get to pick it up one time. Like, really, Scopely, like... Oh, man, I'm at a loss for words. Like, you're gonna put one copy... What if someone wants to go for Heath, right? So you expect them to buy the $15 battle pass for one copy of Heath. You expect them to somehow have 100,000 medals to pick up one copy of Heath, and then them potentially to have to maybe buy helmets in order to get the other 3 copies of Heath? Remember, if Scopely sees this as a success, they will keep doing this. That's why it sets up a trouble precedence in the future for this game. Do not support it. Do not buy the battle pass. Don't buy any helmets. No, let this idea, let it fail. That way they can see, well, oh, maybe this wasn't so smart of us. But there are going to be people that have already bought the battle pass, unfortunately, and that's going to contribute to Scopely's mind that this is successful and that this is something that's going to continue. So do not support this greedy, scummy tactic by Scopely, but people are, unfortunately, they're going to buy the battle pass because who knows when Heath will come back around. But unfortunately, this might be a norm where you have one tune in a battle pass, in a mythic market, and in an event, or maybe another event. It's more than likely going to happen if this thing succeeds. So, we'll see. But man, 100,000 medals for one copy of a tune. Are you kidding me? Like, bro. This is so stupid. Okay, now we have Angel. Now 20,000, so that's 100,000 for a brand new tune. For those newer players, if you don't have Angel, I would say this is probably a pretty good pickup. So 100,000 tokens, tokens. I keep calling them tokens, but medals. You guys know what I mean. 100,000 medals for a new character. If you're new to the game, why not? Go ahead and pick it up. Go ahead and pick her up. Now we have Noor. Now Noor, again, she's a really good defensive tune, and I could kind of kick myself into where the sun don't shine for not buying that particular battle pass back in the day, because honestly, I think I only need 3 copies from the market to pick up to get Noor completely to Limit Break 3. So if I can, I might pick up Noor, but obviously I can only pick up 1. But as you can see, we have well over 100 days left on this, so I might be able to pick up 3 copies of her by then, maybe. But again, if you need Noor she's not going to be a bad pickup. I would pick her up. I probably would. Now, Omid, here's an interesting one. I think I need like one or two copies of Omid. So again, if you're new or if you somehow missed out on Omid during that one event, this is a great place to go ahead and pick him up. Only 100,000. So it would only be 100,000 for Angel, Noor, and Omid separately. So if you need any of these 3 defensive tunes, this is the time to go ahead and pick them up while this mythic market is running. Now let's take a look at the weapons. We do have one new weapon, a House Divided. 40% HP, 40% defense, bonus defense, 40% defense when being attacked by enemies with more than 35% HP. Telltale Allegiance. Each turn, all Telltale Allegiance teammates heal 10% for each Telltale Allegiance member on the team. I mean, if you're specifically wanting to build a defensive Telltale team, this weapon is going to be great for that, because you could slot in Omid in that team, or Luke, or Clementine, right? But outside of that particular team, I don't know if this weapon is going to be all that good. It has a very specific niche. If you're planning on building a defensive Telltale team, this weapon will probably be worth the pickup. If you're not building that team, I wouldn't even bother picking it up, I don't think. And then we have Corvus's Savage Hunting Knife. Yeah, 35% attack, huge bonus to AP when attacking. 400% attack, get Guardian Shield while attacking enemies with less than 25% of their HP. Turns fighters base crit chance to 100. Okay, this one isn't new. This was in here last time. This would have been a really great pickup if it would have been a strong weapon instead of a fast weapon, in my opinion. But yeah, that one's still been in here, and all of the rest of them are returning weapons. The only new weapon in here is a House Divided. I mean, this mythic market is okay, but it's mostly a defensive mythic market. If you like defensive tunes, this might be the mythic market for you. Personally, I don't know, I'm kind of glad I did pick up the tunes that I did from the previous one. I'm not super thrilled about this one in particular. I don't know. I mean, that's just me personally. You know what? No, I don't need Angel. It says I have 5 of her. That's great. So I don't have to pick her up. That's great. So the mythic market this time around is kind of meh. It's kind of meh, bordering on bad, because of the price increases on certain, especially the choice boxes. That's where it's like, ooh, you're kind of bordering on pretty bad, Scopely. Like, come on now. Now let's take a look at the bullet snizzle. I know I probably said that. Okay, that's just for these bullets, bullet tokens, I guess. But anyway, we're not talking about that, but I guess we'll skim through it real quickly. Okay, here's the bullet snizzle stash. Okay, so we got some weapons. Father's Day Tyrese's Savage Sledgehammer. Looks like a fast weapon, but it's a strong weapon. Great. Okay, yeah, I have that Deagle. That's a great weapon. Okay, we have a katana. I like the look of the katana. Then we have Carl 2000's defensive laser pistol. Okay. Then we have the spanner, whatever you call that. It looks like a walking stick to me. But anyway, that's actually not a bad weapon. Improved ransack. And then plus, improved bonus HP and AP. Not a bad weapon at all. Then War Veteran Richard's pistol. I actually quite like this pistol. If I do get a chance to pull on this stash, I would really want that weapon right there. I feel like that's going to be a really good weapon. Ooh. Improved double attack and crit up, plus revival and hit. I would absolutely love to have that one. Absolutely. Then we have the 4th of July Desert Eagle. I mean, it looks really cool, but I'm not a fan of it. I don't know. Then we have Marge's Defensive Wrench. Again, a defensive weapon. I think it's okay. If you really need it, then it's there. We have Luke's Vengeful Hunting Rifle. Taunt on each turn and improved days. I actually quite like this weapon because not only is the enemy, a random enemy, gonna get taunted for one turn, for each turn also improved days, which right now that's a plus. So that weapon is actually going to be really helpful. And then we have Sheldon's Machete. That one's okay, I guess. But we got some pools to get to. First, we're going to get to Tiffany and Zero's stash, which I still haven't done a character review on yet. I'm going to, but I got other things going on right now. So I'm only going to be able to do 10 pulls. So let's go ahead and do 5 of them. The first 5 right now. I'm not really expecting a character, but if I can get one, hey, I'll take it. But I'm not really expecting anything. Okay, so I got some Paragon mods, not bad. Attack versus Alert, that might come in handy. Attack versus Fast might come in handy, maybe. Okay, so we got 5 more. Again, not really expecting anything, but a character, even one character would be nice, but not expecting it, not really. Okay, I got some gear medals, so that'll come in handy. All that will come in handy. Okay, great. Didn't get shit on that one. Not expecting it. Now, I have 39 pulls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of, 4 pulls. So I got 39 pulls on this, and I'll get what I can get from it, right? I'm just going to do a couple of singles. Then I'm going to do it 5 at a time once we get to 35. Really not expecting anything here, although those party hats would be nice to go ahead and New Year's hats. What did I say? Party hats? Whatever. Same thing, same idea. I don't really need any of them characters, but if I was to get any of them characters, I could use them for gilded bits. So okay, let's do 5 at a time now. Gilded bits. Okay. Oh, that trainer chance, that's actually pretty good. Hold on. How many? Okay, so that's actually going to be pretty good for when I need to open that. Okay, military supplies, great. Yep, bring them trainers on. Not really expecting a whole lot from this stash, but I was like, you know what? I have some pulls I can do, and I was going to talk about the Mythic Market stuff anyway, so I might as well have put all of them in one. Great, more gilded bits. How about some of them Paragon mods? Okay, there we go. There's one. How about those Paragon mods and the New Year's hats? Confuse, resist. That could actually be really good, honestly. Come on, give me them hats, Paragon mods. I'll take them. A defensive one, metal chance. Oh, another Paragon mod. Hey, okay. The metal chance. Ooh, okay. That's actually pretty good. I'll take that. Come on, we got 10 more. Paragon mods, the hats. Looks like all trainers. Yep, pretty much all trainers on that one. Come on, the party hats or the New Year's hats, Paragon mods. More gilded bits. Okay. I believe that's it. Yep. Yep, that's it. Okay. And then let me see the completion reward. Is this really the completion reward for completing that? Are we serious? I don't think this is a really good weapon at all. It's luck based. Nah, that's a pretty bad reward. In my opinion, I don't think the whole stash is worth completing. But if you want to try to aim for some of them weapons, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay, so that's all the pulls on the Tiffany and Zero stash that I'm going to be able to do, because I don't have this guy right here, and I believe you need another premium tune. But okay, so that's going to do it for the Mythic Market and me complaining about the Battle Pass and the helmet event. Yeah, the helmet event, by the way, I give up on that one. I'm not even going to bother. So, I mean, them roadmaps are too hard. I'm good. Like, I'm stuck on this one roadmap, or I was stuck on this one roadmap with Bite, and he dishes out Infection. I'm good. Nope. Because I'm not going to be able to get Heath all the way anyway, so I'm not really sweating it. So, yeah, that's going to do it for the Mythic Market and my stash pools and the Battle Pass and also the helmet event. Now, if you want to go ahead and click off the video, you may. Or if you want to stick around and hear me talk about the NFL, the 2 championship games, and who I think is going to win those 2 games, and who I think is going to win the Super Bowl. I have a theory about it, and it might sound crazy, and I might be totally wrong on it, but I have it in my gut feeling, and I want to share it with all of you how I think it's going to go down the end of the season. If you want to stick around, cool. If you don't, no problems at all, and I'll catch you next time. And I just gotta say, I finally hit 500 subscribers. Crazy. I don't know, it might go down, it might go up by the time this is uploaded, but at the time of this recording, I'm at 500 subscribers exactly as of right now. But, because I mentioned it, it'll probably go down or up. I don't know. But anyway, okay, so the 2 playoff games we have left is the AFC Championship game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. And I gotta say, wow, do I hate being right? I had a sinking feeling, I had a gut feeling that Kansas City was going to be playing the Ravens, and what do you know, shenanigans happen, and Buffalo has another wide right moment with a field goal, and here we are. The Chiefs are once again, unfortunately, back in the AFC title game, and they're going to be playing the Baltimore Ravens. Now, a lot of people are expecting the Baltimore Ravens to win, and honestly, they have been the better team this year, Baltimore that is, but I put a poll out to see, your guys' opinion on which Super Bowl y'all think we're going to have, what we're going to see as far as the Super Bowl. Right now, the last time I looked at it, it was a tie. It was a tie between the Ravens and the 49ers and the Ravens and Lions. And I gotta say, my theory, I don't think the Ravens are going to be involved whatsoever. Let me explain. I think the Kansas City Chiefs, unfortunately, are going back to the Super Bowl. I want to be wrong on this pick. I really do. But I have a gut feeling that Kansas City is unfortunately going back to the Super Bowl, just having won it last year. But yeah, I think they're going to... Somehow there's going to be some kind of call that goes Kansas City's way. I think it's going to be a squeaker type of game, and I think Kansas City is going to barely win the game by the skin of their teeth. And that's going to allow them to go back to the Super Bowl. Now, let me ask you guys this. Who's more marketable in the Super Bowl, at least on the advertisement of Super Bowl 58, Lamar Jackson, the quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens, or Taylor Swift? I think we already know the answer to that one. So, I think because that's particularly one reason why I think the Taylor Swift Chiefs are going to win is because the Chiefs have Taylor Swift in their corner, so to speak. So I think that's like a main reason why I'm picking the Chiefs to win this game and go to the Super Bowl, because she's honestly she's annoying to hear about, yes, but in the eyes of the NFL, she's more marketable than an actual player playing for the opposite team. So that's something to keep in mind. I think Kansas City is going on to the Super Bowl. Okay. The NFC Championship game between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I just got to say congratulations to both the Detroit Lions and 49ers for making it this far. Congratulations, honestly. And I'm hoping for a good game, because I will not be watching the Chiefs and the Ravens, because I already know that the Taylor Swift Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. No need to watch that. Something is going to go wrong for Baltimore. I can almost guarantee you. But anyway, I will be watching the NFC Championship game, because I don't have a dog in either fight, or I don't dislike either team. So I'm hoping for a good game, but I think the San Francisco 49ers are going to meet the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it involves Baltimore or Detroit. Now, it's very impressive that Detroit has made it this far, but I think their journey ends here this Sunday against the 49ers. Whether if this is going to be another close one or a blowout, I'm not really sure. But yeah, give me the 49ers, and I think this is a reason why. Again, we have to ask ourselves, who of those two teams of Detroit and San Francisco has the bigger fan base? It ain't Detroit. I can tell you that. They don't have the bigger fan base. San Francisco has the bigger fan base, and we got to think about it. Where's the Super Bowl being played this year? Las Vegas, Nevada, right? All the San Francisco 49er fans would have to do, all they would have to do is just drive to Las Vegas. It's a pretty short trip to where they're at compared to Detroit fans. Yeah, I believe that Detroit fans, if somehow some miracle happens and the Lions go to the Super Bowl, I'm sure there are Lions fans that would go all the way to Las Vegas in order to support their team being in the Super Bowl, because let's face it, the Lions, they have sucked for the longest time up until this year. They have been a really bad franchise, and in this season, wham, one game away from the Super Bowl. It's very impressive. It really is. But I believe their journey is getting ready to come to an end. And you got to think about it. Las Vegas, would they rather have the 49ers fan base, the Californians there spending money, or would they have would want Detroit fans there spending their money? I'm sure they would take both, but you got to think about it. Who's got the bigger fan base? It's definitely the 49ers. They have the bigger fan base. So Vegas is like, yeah, come on in, Californians. Yeah, come and spend all your hard-earned money. Oh, yeah. So I got the Taylor Swift, oh my goodness. The Taylor Swift Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. I think that's the Super Bowl we're going to get. Now, who do I think is going to win that Super Bowl? Unfortunately, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think they're going to win another Super Bowl. And here's a scenario that I have set up in my head. I didn't originally think of this. I heard it from another YouTuber. But honestly, if it happens, I would not be shocked. Okay. So, assuming that the Chiefs and the 49ers go to the Super Bowl, okay? So, get ready for this one. Taylor Swift will be there, right? So that means that the Chiefs would indeed win the Super Bowl, probably in a very close one, I would imagine. And as the Chiefs are celebrating their, I believe it would be their third, no, it's either their third or fourth, it doesn't matter, but anyway. In this scenario, I have set up in my mind, get ready for this one, folks. It's, oh man, this is like a Disney fairy tale ending. Yes, you'll understand in a minute why I'm saying this. Okay. So the Kansas City Chiefs, just imagine, again, this could be totally wrong, but the Kansas City Chiefs just beat the San Francisco 49ers in a close Super Bowl. The confetti is raining down and the Chiefs are celebrating yet another Super Bowl victory. Taylor Swift is down there celebrating with her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, which, I gotta be honest, I don't think the relationship is actually legitimate. I believe it's definitely a business relationship in order to get people to tune in. So, okay, here we go. Here's where this Disney fairy tale ending is coming in at. As the confetti is falling down, Kansas City is celebrating yet another Super Bowl win. Travis Kelce, the Prince, is going to get down on one knee and propose to Taylor Swift on live TV in front of everybody. And of course she's going to say yes and be all happy and all this shit. You can't write it no better, man. And there you go. The Prince proposing to the Princess, Taylor Swift. And they're going to go off the air after she says yes and is hugging him and kissing him. There you go. I know that sounds crazy as hell, but I wouldn't put it past the NFL to do that. I can't keep a straight face on this crap. I really can't, but after thinking about it, oh my gosh, I hope I'm so wrong on that, but that is a scenario that I could see happening, but at the end of the day, seriously, I do see Kansas City unfortunately winning, and then the whole Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce thing at the end with the proposal, I could see that being a reality as well, just to make those people that think it's up and up, you know, that they'll have something to be happy about, you know what I mean? I don't know. Oh, it's definitely good TV for most people. Absolutely it is. That's why I cannot stand it, but I could see it happen. So, there you go. You know all my thoughts on how I think the season is going to end. Again, I could be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong, but I have that gut feeling everything that I mentioned, I think is going to happen. I mean, none of it is 100% confirmed, so just keep that in mind. I'm just saying, that's what I think is going to happen. It's not 100% legit to happen, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so that's all I got for you guys for today. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and for your continued support, or if you're new, welcome in for the first time. All of you are very awesome, and don't forget to hit the bell and switch on all notifications so you know the second I upload to YouTube. And what are your thoughts on Gold Mythic Heath being spread out through 3 different events? I think that's really, really bad and really insane. But if it's successful, Scopely will keep on doing it. So just let them fail at this, and then they might wake up and realize what a terrible idea that is. But again, yeah, what are your thoughts on Gold Mythic Heath being spread across 3 events? And what are your thoughts on the helmet event? And whatever else your thoughts are related to this video, let me know down in the comments. And I am Buck Beak, and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.